But some years ago, I remember talking to a woman who wasn't a believer yet. She wasn't a believer yet, but she was just coming to grips with the idea I'm saved by grace and faith, not by my works. And she said, I used to go to church years ago, and when I came up in that church, I never heard that you were saved by grace and faith. I always heard you were saved by being a good person. She says, why haven't I heard this? Why don't more churches teach it? But for some reason I said, well, why do you think? And she says, well, this is scary. I said, what? And he says, if you're saved by works, there's a limit to what God can ask of you. But he said, if I'm really saved by grace because of what Jesus has done, there's no limit to what he could ask of me. And my obedience would have to be unconditional. And I looked at her and I said, you realize that most people, when they first hear that you're saved by grace alone and not by works, think, well, this is great. And she said, psychologically, if you realize that you've been saved by grace, it means I owe him everything.